Alright, I'm back. Let's try this and see if it works. First, let's try this once more. Oh, I've got to reset everything. Alright. So everyone let me know if you struggle getting or connecting. God, I can't even speak already. Then we have trouble connecting. It's like that old Chinese saying, you know? Something about a tree and 20 years ago or something like that. I've totally forgotten the saying. As engineers say, proper prior preparation. Also, McCroat was here. I'm assuming he's gone. Make like a tree and branch off? No, no. Alright, Troll has left the room. Hindsight, no. It's about planting a tree. You got disconnected? Yeah. Internet is struggling today. My student got cut off mid-lesson, I think twice today, so... Did not go fishing. No, this is about trees and planting and preparation. Preparation? Oh dear God. Preparation. Proper preparation, nice mashup. Yes, it is. It's all the things mashed together. Alright, Slingshot has joined. Trollar is struggling to connect. Mashed taters. We starting your PS4. Okay. That's not bad. So does everyone have this new Civic and the Miata? Okay. I Hey, I'm poor now. Deep pockets. I wish. So for you guys that are on that use OBS, there is a way to include Discord chat via some site thingy. Like if you go to Discord, I'll post a link later. There's a way to get Discord chat onto your Twitch stream. As I don't use OBS because I don't have a streaming computer. Yeah, the Miata is also quite cheap. So I think, quite possibly, it's like Silver and whoever else uses OBS, it's possible to get Discord chat into Twitch through an overlay thing. And if it works, I think I'll set up, for those that use ABS, like a Twitch stream channel for each person that uses OBS. Streamlabs. We'll see if they have some sort of Twitch Discord integration. Nice squeak. Okay. Alright, Trolla has tried to join again. Alright, so far as if only 3 people can make it in. Eternicus was disconnected earlier. Trolla struggling to get in. Disconnected again, probably. I bet you my connection is terrible. Can't get in. I'm quite sure you could, Silver. Alright, Trolla's trying again. I think there's a way to test my connection. Let's see if we can back out here and check the connection. Yeah, it's down there at the bottom. It's in the bottom left-hand corner, probably very tiny. Thank you. Man, that was fast. Water heater. Hey, Dark Knight. Oh, so you can't check. You can't check. Surviving. this week, banging into those walls, wrecking that car or a truck. Yeah, see, it was acting up earlier today. Oh dear Lord. No, you don't want that. It would be like yelling out your window. This is true. One minute? Science. You were sciencing. All right, so we know it's 1 minute maximum penalties. Two wheels, baby. So, water heater. The reason I'm not a fan of sort of like proximity chat, just the name calling basically is what I can't handle. It gets a bit exhausting after a while, if you know what I mean. And having to constantly mute people. No, we will not be able to hear you. Now, I would love it in lobbies, but not in sport mode. Lobbies with friends, yes, that would be absolutely fantastic. But not in sport mode. That we will not be able to hear you. Yeah, sport mode would be great. I'm sorry, lobby mode would be great. Sport mode, no. Because then we could just constantly just... The competitive banter would be excessive. $38,000 F-bombs, yeah. See, yeah. I'm quite sure Gatomes has a colorful vocabulary while he's racing. Alright, so looks as if Eternicus and Trollar are struggling from the EU. Oh, Trollar's in. He's made it. Let's see if he can stick around. He's out on the track. Yes, everything in Germany sounds like profanity. uh, it should. Again, it should only be for lobbies. And I would only turn it on for friends only. Or when the lobby was friends only. And that's our not up for the finger. If everyone ends up with the Civic and the Miata, I think we'll go truck. Truck, Civic, and then last Miatas. I'm not sure. Whenever I use the PS4 party chat, I get an incredible amount of lag. So I try not to use it very often. And I wish it would work, Silver, because that would solve so many problems, right? We don't have to worry about hooking up Discord. It would just work. But unfortunately, yeah, I think there's something wrong with the way my router is set up. And I have interesting issues. Side by side, down the hill. Alright, everyone. I think everyone who's going to be here is here. Alright, I'm going to start the qualifying session. And I immediately forget that the car doesn't go into that mode. Alright, looks as if everyone has made it. The qualifier starts now and will last for 5 whole minutes. Everyone's on super softs. We have a Army livery. We have a Toyota racing livery. We have a, I don't know, not a red, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So now the question is, am I going to race or commentate? So I can't do both. And is anyone else streaming? We can get a multi-stream happening. Alright then, I guess that means I just have to, I should unplug my wheel and stuff. It's gonna take me a bit of time. Alright, see you, chick. I forgot we're qualifying. Just cruise around like I have all the time in the world. Excellent. Oh, I know what's wrong. Also, we have penalties turned on. That's what I should have turned off. All right, there will be penalties. Sorry. There we go. We have multi-stream myself and Ricardo JP in. Everyone go ahead and pop that URL into your browser of choice. It's a Mazda, I believe. It's not under Mazda? Wait a minute, am I? That's really weird. You should definitely have something there. Alright, so that's our starting grid. 8-second penalty for slingshot, 5-second penalty for trollar. Alright, here we are in the final. Yeah, that's right. There should be definitely an icon. All right, so here we are. Slingshot and Troll are penalized. Where are you? I see you. 6 laps. All right, Sebo's up in front. Really difficult getting through here. Oh, half-second penalty for the squeak. Looking good. Still in it. Lap 2 of 6 coming to an end. Thanks for the push. I work my way up to 4th. Oh, someone had a hard hit there. Side by side with Slingshot. Tourniquet is in 2nd. Looks like we're just starting a brand new race. I've got the outside, but we're gonna turn here in a minute. Could end in tears. Totally blown it. Oh, 1.4 seconds for Slingshot. No longer a slingshot, more like a mud puddle. Or a mud ball. Oh, Sebo gets it wrong. It's tight when that bringing it coming to the end of lap 4 of 6. Oh, Sebo backs out of it. Tourniquet has the lead. Tourniquet is his time to shine. Trolar's catching up. Oh, sorry, Sebo. Sorry, missed my breaking point. final lap. That was wide on exit. I can't screw it up this time. Alright, I think I'm close enough to pick up second as we cross the line. Both holding a penalty. Yeah. Sorry about that, Sebo. Yes, I forgot competitive banter. Sorry, I totally forgot to shut off the penalties, which is what I'll do. Bologna. I'll take my second place. Alright, so I forgot to shut off penalties. For that, I apologize. Okay, so that was race 1. Where's this again? Center. Alright, a few things need to be changed. 1, definitely turn off all the penalties. Oh, yeah, we got that to yes. Flag rules off. On. Okay. Alright, so. Sorry about the penalties. We were testing the other day. I forgot to switch them off. I am the greatest. I am the greatest. I am the greatest. Alright, I'm going to start qualifying again. I can't participate if I commentate. That also means I have to disconnect my wheel. So I'm going to start qualifying, the qualifying session. And by the time it finishes, I should have everything broken down and the controller in my hand. So, qualifying starts now. Good luck, gentlemen. Sorry. It's a lot of things to disconnect. All right, here we are. We on lap 2 of 6. We catch up to the action after a short interruption in service. We have Sebo in first in the Toyota, 3.9 seconds ahead of Eternicus. It is looking like he's going to run away with it. There they are, the chasing pack. Let's ride along for just a moment. Take a look back. We have the heating elements. These are not water heaters. Look at that truck bed. Eternicus. Breakfast Beer Club, Pale Ale, Stout, Pilsner, giving chase. He's 4.2 seconds behind, being with a gap back to Ricardo JPN of 1.1 seconds. Ricardo JPN uncharacteristically struggling. I find this very interesting. Trolar in the Oh, there's a hard hit from the squeak. He wraps it around. The V8 Vantage ruins that beautiful, beautiful car. Wreckham Risen in the Ford F-150 Raptor, 16 seconds behind. Up ahead, we have still this huge gap on lap 4 of 6, 4.5 seconds. Sebo is pulling away from the pack, not offering anyone an opportunity to catch up. Car JPN still sort of struggling. This is very unusual. Is he driving with his controller? Has someone finally broken both his thumbs? Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, he's coasting behind Eternicus, not putting on too much pressure. Nice and careful through that final hairpin. Oh, Eternicus taps the wall. Carl JPN being very generous, not wanting to damage that Breakfast Beer Club. There we are. I knew I was doing the wrong thing. And we have Sebo about to wrap up halfway through lap 5, 6.7 seconds. Eternicus cruising, and having someone else drive. First, second, and third, 7 seconds separate them. Trolar wanting that position, yearning for that podium, to stand up, to spray the champagne, to taste the champagne at wherever we are. Shell gasoline liveried vehicle, all scratched up. Look at that. No respect for the flag. Tisk, tisk, tisk. All right, final lap. Sebo, 7 seconds ahead. Eternicus, some damage to that front left fender. Oh, we have a race now between Trolar and Ricardo JPN. Trolar runs it wide, trying to pressure Ricardo JPN, but we know that doesn't work. Ricardo JPN just out for a Thursday afternoon drive. Why, hello, I'm Ricardo JPN, and I'll be your driver today. Where would you like to go? Tokyo Tower? Sure enough. Oh, I hear it. I heard it. There was disaster. Eternicus into the wall. Oh. Ricardo JPN picks up second. Cruises to second place. Didn't even need to fight for it. Trolar in third. Gets the podium. The squeak in fourth in that Vantage. And coming across the line in fifth is Wreckham Risen. But he parks it. Backs it up. Eternicus definitely avoids Risen. Oh, wait. Who was that? Oh, yep. Eternicus comes across the line in fifth. This cat is driving. All right. Clean race. 6 second gap. What is going on with that truck? What was that? And the squeak would like to offer an apology to Trolar. He states, sorry about that. I was like overdriving the car. Didn't mean to hit you, bro. I have no idea what you sound like, Squeak. But that's what you sound like now. Okay. We had the discussion about different vehicles, but I don't think everyone has... Does everyone have the Miata? The racing one? Yes. The one that dropped with yesterday's update. Right, I'm quite sure it's fairly reasonably priced. Alright, Seb was gonna go grab it. I will change the... I'm quite sure we can't. It's in 200, so I'll be changing that. We're gonna go down, drop down to in 200. Morning, Vegeta. That would be a good series. That would be a very good series. Alright, I'm going to take her out for a couple of laps. On the controller. There is a multi-stream, I believe, Garage Band, Garage Heater, that garage guy set up. There it is. Try to be smooth with the controller. It's very difficult. I'm the owner, Tar Heel. Excellent. So we have a three-screen, multi-screen. Multi-screen, multi-stream. It looks like this. Wait, sorry, I can't show you what it looks like because I've forgotten the button. That's not the right button. Alright. Let Water Heater know when you've got it up. Thank you, sir. Change the camera view when I'm in the controller. Square? Nope. Nope, that's not it. There we go. This one. The Roadster. There we go. Huh. Alright, everyone's dropping in. Tar Heel is here. All right, it is up. Started braking a bit too soon there. So the next 3 races are going to go as follows. We're going to have one more race here. Then we're going to go to I think Miyabi, and then we're going to finish off at the Red Bull Ring short track. Would like everyone to get their money's worth after purchasing the vehicle, so 3 races. We'll save the Civic race for another day. Right. Oof. Managed to hold it on the controller. And I blew the next lap. Oh, there we go. Wrapped it around. Okay. I need to back out. How do I do that? Option? Option. You see what's happening. Make sure everyone's logged in. There is the stream. Everyone is out on the circuit in the proper vehicle. I sort of need to go take care of some stuff. I'm going to set up qualifying and put you in someone's vehicle, and then I shall return. Sorry. Stomach is upset. And yes, we will spectate. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's been a long, eventful day, let me tell you. All right. So qualifying in process, we can start that now. We will set you. Gotta find the right view. There we go. We will ride along with. Where's Dakota JPN? I guess he's gone. All right. So I shall return in just. Here we are, I think, at the closing of qualifying. We have Ricardo JPN in first, back to his usual self. Sebo in second. The Squeak in third. Dark Knight in fifth. In the very orange. Oh, what is that from that Disney movie? Oh, you know what I want to say. The thing, Buzz, not Buzz Lightyear. What's he called? Lightning McQueen? Yes. Alright, Lightning McQueen. We have Eternicus in the base livery. Oh, Slingshot looking snazzy. The Mazda speed. Nice. Trollar in 7th. And looks as if qualifying has come to an end. Tar Heel in P8. Sits 2.2 seconds behind. Late exit. Don't think he's going to make it. And Risen has parked on the side of the road. The vehicle in pieces. Alrighty, so here we are at the final. The camera's probably going to break because I'm sitting here already in the lobby. Here we have the Roadster Touring Car, the Mazda Miata Roadster Touring Car. Up front, Japan, Australia, the United States of America ×2, Germany. Oh, look at that. And good luck, everyone. Alright, they're coming down to the line. Ricardo JPN is in the lead. I believe he is going to check out this time. After a very casual drive in the previous race, he is now determined to bring home the hardware. Sebo is not going to have an easy time here. We have the cops chasing down an anime figure that I am not familiar with. We will find out if Ricardo JPN is a law-abiding citizen or not. It looks as if he is determined to escape from the cops. Meanwhile, Lightning McQueen is battling with the Squeak. They head up the hill. Oh, Sebo. A bold move down the inside. There's contact. Oh, that is some aggressive driving by Sebo. Not very clean. The cops turn out to be the bad guys here. And Risen is parked in the middle of the road. Obviously something has gone wrong there. Breaking the laws of physics, you got it. Lightning McQueen. Oh, there's more aggressive. We have 2-3 vehicles off. Again, Sebo's involved. He rejoins unsafely. Risen stuck at the start finish line. Just sort of hanging out, thinking about life. Yes, Dark Knight does end up the most unfortunate there. Ricardo JPN with a slight gap over Slingshot. Slingshot barely leading the Squeak. There we go. Nice camera view. Mazda speed. And they get it stopped in time and turned in. Oh no. An aggressive move. Sebo is back. Oh, and that's it. Someone's wrapped round and round. Who is that? Oh, it's Slingshot. Sebo. Dark Knight. Dark Knight gives Sebo plenty of room. Trollar coming up on the pair. Hopefully he finds a safe way through. Dark Knight down the inside. Now he sits on the outside of this hairpin. Trollar's going to take a dive down the inside. Where'd he go? Makes his way up to 5th around Dark Knight. Slingshot trying to crawl back into this. Tar Heel down in 8th. Meanwhile, up ahead, Ricardo JPN is probably, yep, he's got a 2-second gap. over the Squeak. The Squeak has worked his way up to second place through all the chaos, but he must fight off a hard-charging Eternicus. Eternicus is now sitting squarely behind the Squeak. Let's see how much lag comes into play here. Climb up the hill. Now, who is that? Eternicus on the inside. Oh, someone in the background there spins round and round. Eternicus very cautious. Clean driving between the Squeak and Eternicus. As we head to the start-finish line for lap 5 of 6. Dark Knight down the inside of Sebo. Thinks better of it. Tucks in behind. Eternicus tucks in behind the Squeak. JPN doesn't have quite the lead I expected. Eternicus trying to find a way around this week safely. Sebo again diving down the inside. Aggressive. Eternicus just waiting to pounce. The Squeak running a nice, clean, safe race. Dark Knights, oh, through the S, up the hill again. 2 or 3 wide through there. Someone's gonna lose out. Dark Knights down the inside of Tar Heel. Tar Heel, oh, gets through. The camera is really dodgy, and there's major chaos. Oh, poor Eternicus gets turned around, pulls off to the side of the road. That car is finished. Tar Heel picks up 6th. The Squeak is in 7th. I'm sorry, in 5th. Slingshot's up to 4th. Sebo's up to 3rd. Dark Knight is holding off a hard-charging Sebo. Sebo, aggressive. We may be forced to turn penalties back on. The Squeak down to 4th. He was originally initially up to 2nd. There is a ridiculous amount of contact. Eternicus has decided to call it. He's in the pits. JPN avoids the chaos. Alright, it looks as if we need some penalties turned on. It is. A lot of chaos there. I think the variable camera is a bit much for this circuit. Switch it back to standard. Alright. Yes, that would be a good idea. Holy carp. Holy carpet. Holy cannoli. Holy crayons. Sweet, take that fastest lap and be happy. Alright. That was a bit sloppy. Not to add to the chaos, but we will be changing circuits. Yeah. He was very frustrated. Alrighty, and I forgot to set some penalties. I hate having to set penalties. Okay. Everyone into the circuit. We will have a 5-minute qualifying / practice session. Right, we await Eternicus and Trollar. Outlaw, did you get disconnected? I really do like this circuit. I'm going to pop out for just a moment. While Trilla sorts out his stream, I will run a quick lap. This is a soft chicane. We're heading up to Lamine hairpin, Lamine bend. Guarding the chicane. Alright, we have a multi-stream. And this is just turn 1. It has no special name, and we should name it. I'm not sure what we're going to name it. Into the soft chicane. And into Lamine Bin, named after a Japanese beverage. Guard the bend, or guard the chicane, as you can cut across the grass, as there are penalties for shortcuts on the circuit. Alright, it looks as if everyone who is going to participate is logged in. We've lost Eternicus and Outlaw. I think I found my third favorite car. The Fugazi is first, the Toyota S-FR, and this actually, I might like this a bit more than the Toyota. The handling wise, it is spectacular. So I think it sits between the Fubu Z and the Toyota. I'm in love. Should have been in second gear there. Alright, we'll come to the start finish line. I'll run one more lap. I love this car. After I complete this lap, we will begin qualifying. I bet you there is. Oh, I know it. I wish I could see it. All right, we're starting. I better make sure that everyone is out on the circuit. Outlaw, will you be joining us? Risen, are you logged in? Yes, you are. Outlaw, will you be joining? Man, it's very laggy. There we go. That is awesome. This is what I've always wanted to see. All right. Ooh, nice, nice. All right, gentlemen, we will start the qualifying session now. We will let the countdown reach 0 before entering spectator mode to avoid camera issues, hopefully. And this session will last 5 minutes. We're riding along with, I don't know who this is, Trolar. Don't want to get murdered again, understandable. Alright, we head up the hill. Trolar, one of the first vehicles out on the circuit. Dark Knight, Lightning McQueen. Car JPN still sits in the pits, as does Risen. Sebo outlast the Squeak, ready to put down a fast lap. On their out lap, and I believe they are starting their hot laps now. We have Dark Knight entering the soft chicane up to Lamine Bend. Hikaru JPN and Risen both sit in the pits. Dark Knight attempting to set the fastest lap before Hikaru JPN comes along and ruins it. He comes across the line with a 42. Oh no, a 43.425. Trolar comes across with a 44.728 as they start their second flying lap. Tar Heel with a 43.374 jumps ahead of the Squeak and Dark Knight. And Sebo down in fifth with a 43.796. Trolar, I believe, with a... forgot what his time is, because they don't show that information. Or I have it turned off. Car JPN still waiting. Still procrastinating. Meanwhile, Trollar comes along 7/10 of a second behind Sebo. Tar Heel, I believe he improves his time. It's a 43.192. Sebo still in 5th. Maybe now he's ahead of Trollar. The Squeak, great performance. Tar Heel sits on pole, 2/10 ahead of the Squeak. The Squeak is almost nothing ahead of Dark Knight. What, 200ths of a second? After that off, though, they're guaranteed he will not be catching Tar Heel. His second place, row 1 start, is in danger of being lost here. I'm just waiting for Dark Hill to come across the line. Dark Knight to come across the line. He does not squeeze out the Squeak. He's 2/10 behind Tar Heel, which means he's also behind the Squeak. Sebo climbing his way up, now into 4th, 9/10 of a second ahead of Trollar. Car JPN, late entry onto the circuit. The question is, can he rip out a pole position lap? That is the question. Cold tires, Trollar with a 44.332. Hacks off 2/10 of a second to Sebo. Sebo, 1/10 of a second behind Dark Knight. Dark Knight still just a sliver, 200ths of a second ahead of Dark Knight. Car JPN ruins everyone's day. Only a mere 3,000ths of a second. I'm sorry, 3/10 of a second. Three-tenths of a second ahead of Tar Heel. The Squeak, determined to possibly, oh, he's got the slipstream. Let's see if he can do it. Comes across the line, and he cannot get it done. A 43 from Sebo. He's still back on the 3rd row. Oh, Tar Heel runs it wide. Loses 4/10 and wraps it around. Oh, that's gonna hurt. He will need to see the medics to ensure that he didn't suffer a concussion or injure his back as he finds the wall. He got our JPN 3/10 of a second ahead of Tar Heel. Tar Heel 2/10 of a second ahead of the Squeak. The Squeak 200 of a second ahead of Dark Knight. You got vertigo? He's got, yep. Well, he's in the medical center now. Quite sure he'll be back in time for the start of the race. 600 separates Sebo from Dark Knight. Trollar 8/10 of a second behind Sebo. Risen, cruising around. We'll start from 7. Alright, the times are definitely close, and we have just received word from the medical staff. Tar Heel has been cleared to race, and he is on the circuit. We are happy to hear that. We have a full grid. Car JP and Tar Heel sit on the 1st row. The Squeak and Dark Knight on the 2nd row. Sebo and Trollar on the 3rd row, and Risen bringing up the rear in 7. As we start, Car JPN brings them down. They aren't really rows, and more like, I don't know, line astern, right? But we'll say rows just for, you know. Here we go. Car JPN, of course, starts off leading them to turn 1. There they are. All these beautiful Miatas. Car JPN is usually cautious. We'll wait to see if his foes are going to pressure and attempt to pass, and if not, he will immediately attempt to build a gap and extend on it. But Tar Heel is having none of it. He's right behind Hikaru JPN as we come to Lamine Bend. The Squeak and Dark Knight at it already. Sebo being cautious and clean. They go through Gardner Bend. Not much drama. Dark Knight a little out of sorts. As we cross the line, lap 1 is in the record books. Hikaru JPN, I think, realizes that there will be pressure from Tar Heel. Tar Heel, no slouch, attempts to hang on. Gradually, a few tenths here, a few tenths there. He's holding at 7 tenths to Hikaru JPN. The Squeak equidistant from the distance between Hikaru JPN and Tar Heel, and the Squeak almost equidistant. But Tar Heel is putting a little bit of space between himself and the Squeak, but immediately loses out. Hikaru JPN 1 second ahead. Dark Knight just a gray hair ahead of Sebo. Sebo leads the Squeak as we go through turn 1. Sebo, nice clean racing this time. Holds it on the inside. He's going to end up on the outside here at the start of the soft S. But on the inside on exit, decides to tuck in behind Dark Knight as we head to Lamine Bend. This is where many races have gone horribly, horribly wrong. Sebo's out wide. The Squeak's down the inside. A little pushing and shoving. All fairly clean. Risen looking confident here at Miyabi, one of our favorite circuits. We climb. We wrap up lap 4 of 6. 3rd, 4th, 5th. Nothing separates them. Risen challenging Trollar for that 6th position down the inside through the soft chicane. Trollar gives him plenty of space. Oh, Sebo's a bit loose. Keeps it steady through the soft S, heading through. Oh, Trollar gets it wrong. Up through Lamine Bend. Tar Heel just can't quite hold on to Hikaru JPN. Hikaru JPN, even with this low boost, it has managed to stretch out his lead to 2.3 seconds. Again, masterclass demonstration from Hikaru JPN. Tar Heel guaranteed will not just hand over first place to Hikaru JPN. Meanwhile, Dark Knight has worked his way up to 3rd place, being chased by the Squeak on this lap 5 of 6. Momentum, carrying the cars faster and faster. The Squeak stated earlier that he does enjoy this vehicle. Oh, Trollar wraps it around. Oh, Jesus Christ. He is off into the sweet by and by. Into the void. We lose Trollar. This is lap 6, I believe. Yep, we're in the final lap. Dark Knight's in 3rd. The Squeak challenging while holding off Sebo. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They are all fighting for that final step and that smallest bottle of champagne. Though you don't know it, folks, the bottles of champagne here are sized according to your position. P1 receives the largest bottle of champagne, P2 a slightly smaller bottle, and P3 a tiny bottle, like for a small child if you were to give them champagne. Alright, Sebo has picked up 4th, but Dark Knight's going to come across in 3rd. Hikaru JPN 3 seconds ahead of Tar Heel. Tar Heel comes across, and Dark Knight in 3rd. This week in 5th, with Sebo working his way up to 4th. Trollar with finishes ahead of Risen. It's champagne for a small child. Hey, Fireball. Everyone hearts for Fireball. Fireball Gingers in the house. Hearts. Hikaru JPN, of course, comes across the line first. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will run one more here. Yeah, Troll R, you you clip the grass and then you just round and round like a merry-go-round, full speed. All right. Post-race interview, we have Jesus Christ. I wish Ricardo JPN would slow down. Ricardo JPN chuckles. So bop off. Don't want to do that. It introduces a lot of wild card. Let's keep it on. Let's keep it tight. Let's keep the racing tight. Alright, Ricardo JPN says he's slower in cockpit cam. So if that's a slow Ricardo JPN, we don't want to see a fast JPN. Everyone, are you ready, gentlemen? We are starting qualifying now. We're not going to change the circuit because someone, that someone would be me, will probably only last one more race. Alright, the qualifier has begun. We will wait for it to tick over before we begin spectating. Alright, we all know that Ricardo JPN is a crafty little one. He will sit here in pit lane and then bust out a ridiculous lap. Tar Heel comes out, leads opts to hang wide, letting the pack through. Trollar finished down the order in the previous race. He stated prior to the start of the race, I can't get my time down. What's wrong? Why can't I go faster? Sebo ran a fairly clean race, which is good to see. I mean, he is an officer of the law. He should set an example for the other cars out there. Safety first, 55, stay alive. That's no jive. All right. The squeak will bring them around to start the qualifying session. Trollar heading to the start finish line. Ricardo JPN resting, sipping his traditional Japanese green tea, maybe nibbling on some rice cracker as he waits for the rest of the competitors, his opposing force, Op 4, to set their times, and we will see what kind of trickery Ricardo JPN is up to this time. The squeak, squirrely, heads through Lamine Bend, basically through there in one piece, everyone, more like a race in qualifying, through Gardner Chicane. And no one has decided to exceed the track limits, keeping it between the white lines. He sets a lap time of 43. Jesus Christ, the times just drop immediately. 43:42. Dark Knight sets a 42. I forgot what he set because I can't see it, but it was fast. It was a 42.719. Dark Knight leads the pack by half a second ahead of Tar Heel. Tar Heel, 0.2 of a second ahead of Sebo. Sebo, barely ahead of Risen. Risen, absolutely not, like, I don't know, a whisker, a razor blade. 700ths of a second separate Risen from the squeak. The squeak, 0.3 of a second ahead of Trollar. Trollar probably cursing, why can't I go faster? Excuse me. Sorry, hitting all the wrong buttons. Alrighty, the squeak setting his second hot lap. Trollar, 0.4 of a second. Ricardo JPN is out on the circuit, opts to run wide to avoid contact. Dark Knight, gets it wrong on the exit, I believe, heading into Lamine Bend. The bottom of that car will be damaged. Hopefully there's no long-lasting damage to the suspension. He was on a hot lap. He will now have to defend. He pulls out in front of Trollar. This is who was that thing at Monaco? I think where Schumacher crashed at the on the final lap, in the final turn of qualifying. That level. Yeah, that was that level. Sebo is in second on the front row now, next to Dark Knight. Tar Heel only 0.2 of a second behind. Risen 0.4 of a second behind. Looking good for the man in black. The squeak is 3/1000ths of a second behind Risen. That's a whisker broken down into 1,000, sliced lengthwise into 1,000 little pieces. That's all that separates them. The squeak jumps ahead of Risen, 4/10 of a second behind Tar Heel. Tar Heel, oh! Again, Tar Heel is absolutely nothing behind Sebo. Sebo, 3/10 behind Dark Knight. Dark Knight is looking good, but we all know that, oh, Hikaru JPN, possibly owing to traffic, is sitting on the second row as we wrap up what will probably be the final lap. I'm not 100% sure. It is tight out there. No one wanting to back down, risking it all. Dark Knight still on pole. Sebo right next to him. Tar Heel has one final chance. Tar Heel, one final chance to end up on the second row. The first row. Someone's wide. The squeak blows it out of the soft chicane. Rejoins right in front of Tar Heel. Oh, that's going to ruin Tar Heel's run. Opportunity lost for Tar Heel. So it looks as if we come... Oh, Hikaru JPN has, of course, on pole, row 1, Hikaru JPN, Dark Knight, row 2, Sebo, alongside Tar Heel. The Squeak and Risen start on row 3, and Trollar starts from the back. Alright, there is the multi-stream. Get that in your life. You don't know what to do to go faster than that? Hey, run your race. Run your race. And just hope there's chaos up ahead. Alright, Hikaru JPN sits on pole. SS, AS, AS, B, C, E, E. And they line up just as they are ranked. Hikaru JPN will have to hold off a fast-charging Dark Knight and Mr. Swift himself, Sebo, and Tar Heel, who is not a slouch but says this is his first time in the car, first contact, quite possibly struggling. Let's see if he can put it all together here in this second race. 3, 2, and 1. Hikaru JPN brings him across the start-finish line. Risen ahead of Trollar. Trollar trying his best to get more speed out of this Mazda Miata. Hikaru JPN tucked in tidily. 2 wheels over the white line. Does not exceed the track limits. Flashing his hazard at who, we don't know. Maybe there was a bird, a seagull, a finch, who knows, running across the circuit. Hikaru JPN just saying, hey little birdie, watch out. Oh, we see someone wide already. Tar Heel struggling him back. Picked up a 2-second penalty. Yikes. That's gonna hurt. I almost said the Risen. Risen. Oh, someone's in the pits. Risen ends up in the pits. Was he punted? That is a race-ending move right there. Penalty for Tar Heel. Let's see if we can bleed that off. Sebo chasing Dark Knight. While these two are fighting, slicing, dicing, not romancing and dancing. Hikaru JPN is trying to eke out a lead, but it doesn't look as if that's going to happen. Trollar has made his way up to 5th, challenging Tar Heel for 4th. Tar Heel has a handful of laps to bleed off, scrub off that penalty. Right down pit lane wall go Hikaru JPN and Dark Knight. Dark Knight sloppy. That's all Hikaru JPN needs to extend his gap. Is now up to 7/10 of a second. And he does not take advantage of Dark Knight's mistake. Dark Knight and Hikaru JPN are leaving the remainder of the field. This chasing pack here is in it to, well, not to win it, but definitely for 3rd. Tar Heel has got to find a way to bleed off that time and not lose this third place position. He's down to 1.7. He was up to 1.9, 2/10. At this rate, he's not going to make it. The Squeak pressuring Tar Heel. Oh, they come out side by side across the line. The Squeak really applying the pressure to Tar Heel. Tar Heel he's a sitting duck, vulnerable. He's trying to bleed off that time. He's got it down to 1.1. Doesn't lose much on this week. Holds Trollar at bay. But I'm telling you, lap 4 of 6, he's going to have to do more than that. Trollar in 5th. Oh, we've lost someone. I don't know who we've lost. Oh, we've lost Sebo. Hikaru JP in 1st, 1.4 seconds. Dark Knight, 1.4 seconds behind. The Squeak, 2.8 seconds behind Dark Knight. But this group, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th Risen is also in it. We have 2 mighty warriors holding penalties. Risen doesn't care. Tar Heel's got his penalty down to 0. He has a lap and a bit of change to regain 3rd place. If the Squeak manages to hold off a hard-charging Dark Knight, which it looks as if he has done. Oh, there's contact. Tar Heel picks off Risen. Risen ends up facing the wrong way on the circuit. Trollar in 5th. Dark Knight. Now that Tar Heel has bled off a bit of time, that also means he's lost some momentum. He is still vulnerable. Let's see if he can't. No, Dark Knight's got the inside line, but Tar Heel will have the inside line on the beginning of the soft chicane. He's on the outside. He's pressuring inside. Dark Knight is sloppy on exit. This gives Tar Heel an opportunity down the inside. He takes advantage of it. Oh, there's a hit. Trollar looking to pick up 4th. Tar Heel picks up 3rd. No penalty for Tar Heel. This Hikaru JP in 1st. The Squeak in 2nd. Tar Heel in 3rd. Dark Knight in 4th. Trollar in 5th. Risen, who is having a spectacular race, comes across the line holding, I believe, a 0.5 second penalty. It has been a definite tough day for Risen. All right. I think I've got one more in me. We're gonna have one more, but we're moving to, because I promised, we're moving to Red Bull Ring short, the short Red Bull Ring circuit. If I could just find it. Scrolling. I'll probably miss it, and you guys have to shout at me like, you've gone by it, Morph. What are you doing? And there it is. What? That'll almost be 20. We'll run 6 laps. 7 will be a bit much. I think we'll leave it at that. Almost 21 kilometers, right? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. If you have the time and the inclination, you will want to check out the multi-stream that we have up. We have 3. And you guys, my brain is a mess. We have 3 screens. There it is. Garage Beers with the multi-stream, multi-screen, 4 screens. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you very much. If I could only language. Alright, once everyone has entered the event, we will kick off qualifying. You guys will have 5 minutes to come to terms with the car, the circuit, the tires, and set your fastest lap just as soon as Sebo gets his act together and hits that little check mark. Just hit the check mark. Hit the check mark. There we go. There. Oh, he has left the room. Is that a disconnect, or is he stepping out for the evening? There's no word in the chat. Oh, he said bye? Did I miss it? I must have missed it. Bye. Bye. Oh, you gotta go. Missed it. Alright, here we are. The final qualifier for the final race. We are bringing it back home to the short Red Bull Ring, where many a fine event has been held. The most spectacular was the endurance race where almost everyone ran out of fuel on the final lap. Classic racing. Alright, Dark Knight is out first. Those of you who have never driven here, good luck. Don't crash there where Dark Knight is. JP is familiar with the circuit. The Squeak should also be familiar. Trollar may not be familiar with this. Cautious he is. Tar Heel working his way around the outside. Trollar not completely in control of the vehicle. And Risen sits in pit lane. Ghosting, I believe, is probably off. So good luck with that. Dark Knight has completed his out lap and begins his first hot lap. We have 3 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in this session. JPN is out immediately, not even screwing around, realizing that, hey, these guys are kind of fast. Could be a problem. The Squeak putting on a great show in what is probably his next favorite car, I believe, after the Fuga Z. We will find out how he feels, which sits closest to his heart, the Fuga Z or the Miata. But right now, let's stick with the action. Tar Heel, the Squeak pretending as if they're actually racing when they should be qualifying. The competition is real. Alright, we have Dark Knight coming down to the start finish line. Car JPN has closed the gap immediately. We can just assume that Car JPN is going to end up on pole. Dark Knight for a second. Car JPN 1.8 seconds. He backs out, allows Dark Hill, almost said Dark Hill. Good God. Dark Knight to murder that cone. Tar Heel, meanwhile, has slipped between the two. The Squeak trying to come. That poor cone. That poor cone. What has that cone ever done to you guys? I mean, outside of possibly launching you into the air during an event. But outside of that, I mean, has it really ever done anything to you? Oh, there's another one. The Squeak just picked it right off. Like you shall not stand. Trollar ahead of the Squeak in time, but behind him on the circuit. Side by side, this is treacherous territory. Squeak one runs really wide. Trollar does too, but the Squeak, Jesus Christ, totally abuses. Oh wait, no, he wasn't abusing the track limits. I think he just missed his braking point. Comes across the line, but he improves his time by 1.6 seconds. Moves up into 4th place. Spectacular performance. Tar Heel, 0.7 of a second behind Hikaru JPN. Hikaru JPN Not necessarily too comfortably ahead, but enough to guarantee that he will be able to extend his lead over a series of laps. Tar Heel blows his qualifier. Oh, and picks off the squeak. Interferes with Trollar. Messy, messy, messy. Hopefully his legs are not broken. Got JPN wide up on the curb. Comes across. Dark Knight trying to improve his time. Yeah, that half ghost. Dark Knight's in the slipstream. Should have just stayed there. And he does not work his way ahead of Tar Heel. Nor does he get ahead of JPN. The squeak looking good in fourth. Can he improve upon his time? No, he does not. He's 2.9 seconds after that collision with Tar Heel, who wrapped it around. Found himself facing the squeak. Their cars kissed. It was a tender moment. Violent but tender moment between two vehicles. Two consenting vehicles. Trollar is in fifth, but not by much. The squeak has got to put down seriously, he's got to put down a hot lap. Try to get ahead of Dark Knight or extend his gap over Trollar, who seems to kind of be dialing it in here. Risen off there, probably fancy coffee with a beer chaser. I don't know how to drink alcohol, so that's probably a really bad combination. Color JP and Tar Heel, Dark Knight. The squeak is coming to the start-finish line. Let's see if he can end up on row one. He does not. He drops back. So row one looks row one, Color JP and Tar Heel. Row two, Dark Knight and Trollar. And on the final row we have the squeak and Risen. That half ghost. Oopsie doodle. Alright, we're going to have another shootout between Tar Heel and Dark Knight. Trollar is looking a bit faster here at the Red Bull Ring. Spielberg, I believe. Qualifier has officially ended. Car JP and Tar Heel, Dark Knight, Trollar, who is not a troll. Alright, this is iNub Racing with friends. And some guy named Scuds. Did you know? His name is Scuds? Who knew? Alright, the final event. ZZ Duck. Here we are, lap 1 of 6, about to get underway. Car JPN again brings them down. I wish I could put a 20-second penalty on the Car JPN. And we are racing here at the Red Bull Ring in the newly introduced Mazda Miata Roadsters in Gran Turismo Sport in this update number 5051. Up to turn 1, everyone's favorite turn. Right, guys? Everyone's favorite turn. Turn 2, not as treacherous as turn 1. Yeah, I should be able to administer flat tires. Exactly, right? Punctures, transmission, busted gearboxes. Tar Heel sticking tight on the Car JPN. Car JPN probably looking in his rearview mirror, trying to assess Tar Heel's strengths and weaknesses. Tar Heel, 0.5 of a second, 0.6, 0.7, falling off here quickly. On the final stretch, Car JPN more sideways than straight, but manages to eke out a 1 second lead. Tar Heel's coming under pressure from his fellow American. And they go across the line. Dark Knight has the inside line. This is going to end in tears between these two if they are not careful. And Cone was the big loser. Oh, picked off twice. Oh, a third time. Poor Cone. abused, and rightly so. Dark Knight is penalized. I'm quite sure that he hit the cone first. Officials not happy with that action. Don't pick on the cones. Tar Heel holds on to second. Dark Knight with a 1 second penalty. The Squeak and 3, 4, 5, and 6 stacked up on top of each other. Tar Heel is the second chasing pack, but he's sort of by himself. The third chasing pack is a mess. 1 second penalty for Dark Knight. The Squeak, Trollar, Risen, we come across the line. Lap 2 of 6 in the record books. Recorded. Page turned to page 3. And we watch him climb up the hill. Turn 1. Not too much drama. Dark Knight has yet to figure out a crafty method or manner in which to bleed off that time. This is going to ruin his race, guaranteed. This places the Squeak in 3rd, Trollar in 4th, Risen in 5th. There is a trick to bleeding off that time, but I'm not sharing. I do have a crafty way, but I'm not going to talk about it. Oh, another cone. Abused. Tar Heel. Oh, another. And the cones are just... What is with this cone abuse? Is it really necessary to be so brutal and aggressive toward the cones? And there we are. There we are. Trollar wide. The Squeak side by side into turn 2. Dark Knight trying to hold on to second, down to 0.8 of a second, but we all know that the game will assess him for a full second, if I am not mistaken. 3, 2 wide into the final bend. The Squeak is in 4th. Someone's going to get their nose chopped off. Yeah, Risen slides into 5th. Trollar drops back to 6th. Tar Heel holds on to 3rd. Oh, there we go. Trollar's wide, rejoins relatively safely. Cone avoided. Thank you, guys. Car JPN gone. 5 seconds. 0.8 of a second penalty for Dark Knight. Oh no! The Squeak and Trollar end up in the wall on this lap 5, 6. They both pick up. Oh, Jesus Christ! 5 second penalty for the Squeak. He just stops and takes it right there. Just like, yep. Someone back there in the grandstand objecting to that excessive penalty. Car JPN 6 seconds ahead now. Tar Heel ahead of Dark Knight. Dark Knight causing problems for everyone. Risen is looking at a podium. Oh, Dark Knight's down to half a second, but that still will probably be recorded as a full second. Side by side, aggressive by Dark Knight. And there we go. There it is. Run over the cone, why don't you? I mean, you knew it was there. You're just gonna run over it? Not cool, bruh. Risen gonna take a look down the inside into turn 1. Everyone close your eyes. Okay, good job, good job. There is just a little paint swap between the two. Risen just needs to finish within a second of Dark Knight. Dark Knight brakes heavily. Gets that penalty down to 0. Crafty move. Clever boy is Dark Knight, but he runs it wide. He is vulnerable as we wrap up the final lap. We're not even going to bother looking at car JPM because, as you can see on the mini-map up at the top, he is gone. The battle is here between Dark Knight and Risen. As we enter the final turn, Risen is all on the rear bumper of Dark Knight. But can he get it turned in and build up enough speed to slipstream as we come to the start-finish line? No, he cannot. Tar Heel's going to come across the line in second. Dark Knight in 3rd, Risen in 4th, and Trollar in 5th, carrying a penalty. And unfortunately, the Squeak was slapped with a 5-second penalty. He didn't even hit the cone. Marshall's overreacting, ruining the sport. Ugh. Let him race. Let him race. And another victory for JPN. Thank you, Tar Heel, for the stream. Thank you, everyone who streamed. Trollar, Tar Heel, IndyCar JPN. Everyone, hearts, happy faces, clappy emojis for our streamers. Also, thanks to Garage Beer. See, just you've got to pick one name. Garage Beers with the Z, I believe, in the chat here. I don't know, man. That penalty was bogus. Typical FIA overreacting. I just want to say I am not impressed with how you guys treated those cones. Oh, with a Z. Doggone it. I am not, we need to talk about this abuse toward the cones. Oh, you guys don't see the cones? Oh, that's right. So, I've got cones turned on, so that's what we're saying. My cones. Oh yeah, you guys abused the cones. It was hilarious. You were braking late and didn't hit the corner. Poor cones. Time to adult from this week. Thank you this week. All extra go juice is greatly appreciated. You have cones on too? Excellent. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this week. Before you go, Fugazi or Miata. Where do they stand? How do they? Please compare or contrast is what I'm asking. Cone Wars. iNubTV, the Cone Wars. All right, Dark Knight says, hold on, I gotta save the replay. That's tough. Yeah, right? Because they both have this feel about them. They both feel good to drive, right? All right, you've saved it. That is a very good assessment. I like that this week. So the Fuga's more analog and the Mazda feels digital. Yeah, it does. I totally agree. The inputs on the Miata are very sharp. The Fugazi is just, it's all over the place. You're fighting with it. I concur. Okay, so we have a clip which I haven't looked at yet. Oh, my brain just shut down. I was going to say something about clips and videos, but I've totally forgotten. Within that, just a blink of an eye. Oh, Quack shows up just as we finished. We are finished. We are done. Sorry. Sorry, Quack. How are you? Alright, Tar Heel will continue streaming after this. I haven't seen you in quite a while, Quack. Everything good? No, they don't. They don't fit big circuits at all. Nice, small, twisty circuits are good, right? I believe Dark Knight said he saved the replay. Blighted Plumber is the people's champ. Oh, that's right. That's right. Are you staying safe? as we wait for Quack to share his status. Yeah, it's a bit. It's. I've seen some of the clips. They're covering it to a fair degree here. Just remain alert. Keep your head on the swivel. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Yeah, mainland is getting a bit frisky. You're welcome, chick. Right, when is your event, Nicola JPN? You've had friends come under attack? Oh, right. Oh. Look at that. That just popped up. Introducing the top 16 superstars and the GR Super GT Cup races. The races hosted on 27 July have now been released on the official Gran Turismo Live YouTube channel. We'll watch that later. Alright, let's go to the campaign. Alright, we have Steel Garage Beers with an S. I love it, but you're just like, oh, my OCD. Lazaro, Carlo JPN, still tight. It's still tight, you guys. Binary Theory, and then 8084848649 91919899. So basically, from here to here, I said it last night. This is insane. We have 13 people. Oh yeah, it's huge. It's huge. That puts him in 5th. So he's now currently 5th in the top 10 stars. The second sector, Risen. Tara's like, I'm done. Where are you? Yeah, I can't top that. As long as Jiggy is, I don't even know who Jiggy is, so he's not participating. So as long as Focus Right and the Squeak decide not to put in some laps and slingshot in those guys, I'm sitting in 3rd. I do kind of sort of need to improve my time though. Alright, I will not be photographing this. Everyone's here. When I wake up in the morning, if things have changed, I'll snap a shot and I'll post it. Alright, I need to contend with my we're not friends. Love the spelling. Alright, Space Laser, I know you're still there. Don't drink and drive. I know, they're so fast ferrets. Don't drink and drive, don't text and drive, don't drive while drowsy. Don't host races while you have a dodgy stomach. And I think Fireball Ginger is away, but again, hearts for Fireball Ginger, hearts to yourselves. Shout outs for everyone. Tomorrow I actually have a late evening class. My schedule has shifted. I will be on late. Quack, stay safe. Remain alert. He's sleeping but not driving. That's good. That's really good. That's really, really important that he's sleeping but not driving. Everyone say hi to Snore Laxatives. Laxative. Good God. Hi, Snore. Thanks for the update. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. And with that, I am out. Everyone get to the chopper.